Candela, hypnotherapist, transformation coach, and a spiritual teacher. You're about to listen to a recording of one of my regression sessions. If you enjoyed the content on my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you click on the bell, it will inform you of any of my future postings. Also, leave a comment and click like, because that helps to bring this kind of content to more viewers. I hope you enjoy the recording, and I hope to see you again in my future videos. I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see, or the very first impression that you get as you reach the surface.
There's a lot of dirt roads.
Different ones?
They all look the same.
Are they crossing?
Yeah.
Do you see anything else beside the roads?
No.
Does it seem like it's daytime or nighttime?
It's daytime. It's very sunny.
And how wide are the roads?
Maybe like 5 feet.
Are they just dirt paths?
Yeah.
And I'd like you to look down at your feet and tell me what you're wearing on your feet.
I'm wearing shoes. They kind of look like tennis shoes, but really worn down.
What color are they?
Brown.
And become aware of your body. What are you wearing on your body?
Dark pants. A collared long sleeve shirt.
Are you in a male or female body?
Male.
Young or old?
Young.
About what age?
8 or 9.
So you're a child.
Yeah.
Are you healthy?
Kind of.
And what do you mean?
There's a lot of sickness and not a lot of medicine to treat it.
What kind of sickness is there?
Respiratory sickness. Really bad coughs and lung issues.
Do you mean there are a lot of people that are sick?
Yeah.
Do you have this sickness yet?
I've had a cough, but nothing more.
Do you have people that you live with that are sick?
Yeah.
So become aware a little bit more of what is around you. And tell me what else you noticed that you didn't see before.
There seems to be a lot of farmland.
And what are you doing standing there?
Looking around.
Get a sense of whether you're close to your home right now.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So on the count of 3, you're going to see yourself standing in front of the place where you live. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what you see.
I see a house made of bricks.
How big is it?
It's 2 stories. There's no electricity.
How do you know?
I don't see any lights. There's a fireplace.
Are you already inside the house?
Yeah.
So tell me what you see inside.
There's a fire, a rectangular table with 3 chairs. It's made out of wood.
Why are there only 3 chairs?
There's 3 of us that live there.
Who lives there?
My mom and dad.
So go through the house and tell me what else you see.
I see a bed.
Is it your bed?
Yeah.
Do you like your room?
No.
Why not?
I like to be outside.
I see. So can you go find your parents' room and tell me what you see?
They have a bed and candles, white wax candles. There's a wooden chair next to the bed.
Is the room empty now? Is there anybody there?
The room is empty.
And become aware of who is ill in your house.
My mom.
Is she still up and about, or is she in bed?
She can't get up much now.
Where is she now?
She's asleep.
Is she in her bedroom?
Yeah, in her room.
So you see her now in her room.
Yeah.
Has there been a doctor that came to see her?
Yeah.
Why do you say that there is not enough medicine?
They haven't found a treatment for it.
Okay. What do you do during the day?
I help my dad on a farm.
What kinds of things do you do?
I feed some of the animals.
What kind of animals do you have?
There's horses and chickens.
And what does your dad do?
He collects a lot of corn and fruits and vegetables.
Does he have people working for him?
No.
What does he do with everything that he collects?
He sells the fruits and vegetables in town.
How far from town do you live?
15 minutes.
Walking?
Yeah.
Do you go to school?
No.
Is there a school in your neighborhood?
No.
Are you old enough to learn things?
Yes.
And was your mom teaching you at all? Or anyone?
She did a little bit before she got sick.
So now that she's sick, who is taking care of the house chores?
My dad tries, but he works a lot too.
How long has your mom been sick?
A couple of months.
And how is your dad handling it?
I think he tries, but it's hard for him.
And how are you doing?
I feel sad because she's not getting better.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to see yourself having a meal. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what you see.
I don't have much in front of me. I have an apple.
Anything else?
No.
Are you eating by yourself or with someone else?
I'm by myself.
Did you get the apple yourself or somebody served it to you?
I got it.
Do you eat with your father?
When he's home.
So he's working now.
Yeah.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
Everyone's sad around me because the doctor doesn't think my mom's gonna live much longer.
Who else is there?
My dad.
Anyone else?
No.
So everyone, you meant the doctor and your dad?
Yeah.
How long has she been sick now?
It's been about 6 months.
Does your dad talk to you about it?
No. He gets upset.
How does he get upset?
He tells me to go find something to do. He doesn't want me asking questions.
Are you still able to spend time with your mom?
I sit next to her sometimes.
Is she able to talk to you?
Not anymore. She just lays there.
So move forward in time to the resolution of what happens next.
My mom passes away.
And how are you and your dad dealing with that?
My dad works all the time, so I'm by myself a lot.
Do you work in the field with him?
Not much anymore.
Why not?
He wants me to keep my distance.
Why is that?
He just seems mad all the time.
So he just doesn't want you to be near him?
Yeah.
So what do you do during the day?
Sometimes I walk to town.
What do you do in town?
Try to find people that I can help, since I'm not working with my dad.
What kinds of things do you do?
I help somebody hand wash their laundry and then hang it up outside.
And why do you choose to do these things?
To keep myself busy, since I'm not working with my dad now.
Do you know how to read and write?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you want to continue learning?
Yeah.
Is there a way for you to do that?
No.
How are people in town treating you?
They've been very nice.
How big is the town?
It's not very big at all.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
My dad is sick now.
What's wrong with him?
He's having a lot of breathing troubles, and he can't get up much.
Does it seem to be the same thing that your mom had?
Yeah.
Are you taking care of him?
Yeah.
Does he talk to you?
Not much.
How are you managing now? Do you have to go and work on the farm?
Yeah, I do work on the farm.
Do you have any other family members?
No.
Is there anybody else that comes over to help you out?
No.
So move forward in time again to the resolution of that illness. And what happens?
There's a medication that helps. Might be an antibiotic.
Is your dad getting that medication?
Yeah.
Do you have to pay for it?
No.
How is it helping?
He can actually get up and move around again and work a little bit.
How long was he in bed?
For a couple of months.
So were you taking care of everything on your own for those few months?
Yeah.
Did you make food on your own?
Sometimes.
Was there any help?
No, not really.
What's happening now that he's starting to get better?
He's working a little bit.
Is he still sending you away?
No.
Is he talking to you?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about being with him?
I feel happy again.
Does he seem to be less angry?
Yeah.
So go ahead and move forward in time to the next significant event. Tell me what happens.
I've been helping the doctor a lot. The medication that they found has cured a lot of people.
What do you do?
I've been shadowing him a lot.
How old are you now?
15.
Are you interested in becoming a doctor?
Yeah.
What do you have to do to become a doctor?
I have to get a little bit better at reading and writing and learning more about medicine that they have.
Do you have to go to school?
They don't really have much school options.
So do you just learn as an apprentice?
Yeah.
How long do you have to be an apprentice?
6 years.
And how's your father doing?
A lot better.
Do you help on the farm still?
Not much anymore. Sometimes he feels angry about that.
Would he prefer that you worked on the farm instead of being a doctor?
Yeah.
So does he have any help from anyone else?
No.
Okay. So again, let's move to the next significant event. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
I'm standing in a hospital. It's an older hospital. I'm working there.
How old are you?
22.
What is your role at the hospital?
I work with a lot of respiratory illnesses.
Are you a doctor?
Yes.
Where is this hospital?
It's in the town I lived in.
You said that town was pretty small. Has it become bigger?
Yeah.
Okay. How big is the hospital?
There's maybe like 20 rooms. It's not too big.
Do you just work in the hospital or do you make house calls?
Sometimes I make house calls. A lot of the time I'm in the hospital.
What kinds of things do you do for your patients?
I do breathing treatments. It's kind of like an inhaler maybe. And prescribe medication.
How do you feel about the work that you do?
I like it. I Sometimes it can be hard.
What's happening with your father now?
Him and I don't talk much anymore.
Why is that?
He doesn't approve of what I do.
Why?
He wanted me to follow what he did and work on a farm.
Is being a doctor not a respectable profession?
To some people it is.
But he doesn't think much of it.
No.
So is he still by himself?
Yeah.
So you don't visit him anymore?
No.
I'd like you to move to the next significant event in that line and tell me what's happening.
I feel very stressed, sad.
Become aware of what's happening to cause the stress.
A lot of people are getting sick and there's not a lot of space.
What are they getting sick with?
The flu.
Are you able to treat them?
Some of the more milder cases.
Are people dying?
Yeah.
How old are you?
29, 30.
Now, do you have your own family?
Yeah.
Tell me about your family.
I have a kid and a wife.
How long have you been married?
2 years.
And how is your relationship with her?
It's good sometimes.
And other times?
It's not good.
Why?
I think the stress from work gets to me a lot.
How is it expressed?
I shut down and isolate.
Is that what causes bad times in the relationship?
Yeah.
Are they well physically?
Yeah.
So as you move forward in time, tell me how things progress.
Things get a little bit better, work-wise and home-wise. I feel happier.
Do you have newspapers that you buy?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'd like you to go and pick up one of the newspapers and tell me what the date is on the newspaper.
It's August 24th, 1924.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the very last day of that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
There's a lot of people standing around me.
Where are you?
In my house, in bed.
How old are you?
54.
Are you ill?
Yeah. Pneumonia.
And who's standing around you?
A few people that I've worked with. My wife, my kid.
So tell me about your child and your wife and how things have gone in the past 20 or so years.
Things were good. I was able to help my kid read and write and not live at work all the time. I worked a lot. I think I neglected my family sometimes from working so much.
How was your wife dealing with that?
She was very upset a lot.
Do you have any regrets?
Sometimes I wish I spent more time with my family.
And what is your son doing now?
He works in a small grocery shop.
What does he do?
He does a lot of cleaning around the store.
Is he going to get a profession?
He's unsure.
Do you want him to?
I just want him to be happy.
With the next breath, allow your spirit to gently lift out of your body and begin to expand your awareness back to your soul level. As you look back at the life that you just left behind, what comes to mind first?
A lot of sadness.
About what?
All of the sicknesses, and people getting sick, and not feeling like there was a lot of time.
Do you feel that you made a difference?
Yeah.
So as your awareness continues to grow and expand, I want you to really look at that life from your soul perspective and tell me what you intended to learn or experience in that lifetime.
I was to experience loss and to learn ways to help other people from that loss that I felt.
And in what way did you experience loss?
Seeing people dying from sicknesses.
So from that perspective, do you feel that you accomplished your purpose?
Kind of. Maybe not fully.
In what way did you fall short?
I helped a lot of people, but I also neglected myself.
So you helped others, but you didn't help yourself?
Yeah.
In what way would you have preferred to experience life?
Not always working all the time.
So I'd like you to allow those images to fade away, allowing those people. You're going to begin to float, experiences being pulled in different directions, start to different yourself. As you approach the time and place, you can be slow time and begin that it begin to drift down and appropriate for you to stop and look at once again. And I'd like you to tell me the first thing that you see or the first impressions that you get as you reach the surface.
There's a city, a lot of buildings. There's a lot of skyscrapers around me, a lot of people walking.
And I'd like you to look down at your own feet and tell me what you're wearing on them.
I have like dressy shoes.
And what are you wearing on your body?
A long black dress.
Anything else on you, or do you carry anything in your hands?
No.
Are you in a female body?
Yeah.
Young or old?
20.
Are you healthy?
Yeah.
So what are you doing on the street of that city right now?
I'm walking.
Where are you heading?
Nowhere in particular.
How do you feel strolling through the city?
I feel content.
Do you live in this city?
Yeah.
On the count of 3, you're going to see yourself standing in front of the place where you live. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you see.
It's a one-story house.
What is it made of?
I don't know. It looks like a regular house. It's not brick or anything. There's a light on outside, like a porch light.
So go ahead and enter the house and tell me what you see inside.
There's a TV and some lamps. There's a sofa.
What do you see in the kitchen?
There's an oven and a microwave and a sink. There's a round table.
Become aware of who lives in this house.
I have a husband and 3 kids.
How old are the kids?
1, 3, and 5.
You must have married really young.
Yeah.
And tell me about your husband and your relationship with him.
We don't have a good relationship.
Why is that?
We fight and argue a lot. He's not home a lot.
What does he do?
He drinks a lot.
So when he's not home, is he drinking or is he working?
He's drinking.
Why did you get married to him?
I feel like I was forced to.
Why is that?
I got pregnant with my oldest child. A lot of people frowned upon it because I wasn't married.
Did you want to marry him?
No.
Did you want to have that child at that time?
No.
Was this a relationship that you wanted to have at all?
No.
Was he your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Was everything consensual?
No.
Was this the only time?
No.
Were you able to get out of this relationship?
Yeah.
And why did you stay?
Because I thought he changed.
Did you like him?
Sometimes.
Where did you meet him?
In school.
Was he the same age as you?
Yeah.
And tell me about your parents, your own family.
They weren't very supportive.
Did they know that this relationship wasn't going well?
Yeah.
And did they say anything one way or the other?
No. They didn't care.
Was it always like that?
Yeah.
So what were they focused on, if not on you?
They weren't home a lot.
Where did they go?
Out with friends.
Do you have other siblings?
I have a brother.
Younger or older?
Younger.
And how's your relationship with your brother?
It's fair.
Is your brother still at home with his parents?
Yeah.
How's he being taken care of?
Not well.
So as you return back to your own home, how do the two of you support yourselves? Does your husband work?
No. I do.
What do you do?
I work as a lawyer, like an intern kind of.
How do you like your job?
I like it a lot.
What kind of cases do you work with?
A lot of children cases, custody battles, and protecting the children's rights.
Did your parents pay for your schooling?
No, I did.
How did you manage to do that?
I worked part-time jobs a lot.
And why is your husband not working?
He gave up his career for alcohol.
Who's taking care of children?
Sometimes I have somebody watch them.
Is your husband contributing in any other way?
No.
Are you content with how things are going?
Not really.
Is there anything you can do?
No.
So I want you to see yourself at work and describe to me what you notice around you.
It's an office-like setting. There's a lot of case folders.
And as you pick up a folder, you're going to open it and see a document there. And you will see dates. And just tell me what date you see.
It's November 20th, 1972.
Do you see a lot of women working around you?
Not a lot, no.
So are you still an intern or are you a full attorney?
I'm a full attorney.
Okay. On the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the next significant event in that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
I feel happier.
What changed?
I got a divorce. I told my husband I was done. There were no more chances.
Are the children with you?
Yeah.
How long had you been married?
15 years.
How old are you now?
35.
What's happening with your career?
It's hard at times, but it's going well.
Are you still focusing on child welfare cases?
Yeah.
Is that a special area of interest for you, working with children?
Yeah.
Are there laws in place that protect children?
Not a lot.
What do you do for children? What are you able to do?
Be their voice for them. Sit down with them. Some of them are really young and some of them are older. Sometimes removing them from where they currently live because it's just not safe.
Do you feel you're making a difference?
Definitely.
How are your own kids doing?
They're happy overall.
Is there anything else significant that's happening in your life?
No.
So on the count of 3, you'll move again to the next significant event in that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening?
I'm driving with my kids. It's raining really hard. I feel very anxious because I can't see in front of me.
Why do you need to be on the road at this time?
We were driving for a vacation.
Where are you heading?
To a beach.
And what happens next?
The rain is really hard and it's hard to drive. I try to stop the car and I can't. It crashes.
Are there injuries?
Yeah.
What happens to you?
I get taken to a hospital.
Before you're taken to the hospital, tell me where you're hurt.
My head and my neck.
How about your children?
They're unconscious. There's a lot of blood.
Do you have any open wounds?
On my leg.
Which one?
My left.
What happened to the leg?
It's cut open.
So as you're taken to the hospital, are you conscious at that point?
No.
So just continue observing it from the outside. What is being done to all of you?
There's a bunch of doctors coming in and out. One of my kids has a broken bone.
And the other two?
They had minor injuries.
What about you?
I'm still unconscious.
Or what are they saying?
There's a lot of bleeding in my head. There's not much they can't do.
So what happens next?
I don't survive.
How old are you at that point?
35.
So as your spirit gently floats out of the body, there's an immediate sense of relief and expansion of consciousness. And as you look back at the whole life that you leave behind, what is your first reaction?
I feel like I did my best. I was able to overcome challenges.
As your awareness expands further, you're going to be able to know what happens to your children, how their life unfolds. Tell me what you know.
One of them struggles really bad with depression. The other two went to college, but they were always there for each other.
And do they continue to live in that same city?
Yeah.
What city is that?
Somewhere in New York.
Do they grow into old age?
Yeah.
Do you see them passing away, or are they still alive?
They're still alive.
What are their names?
Jason, Isabella, and Abigail.
Can you see their last names?
No.
Allow those images to fade. From a soul perspective, you're now going to be able to look at that life experience and tell me what purpose you set for yourself for that life.
To be able to get out of tough situations without giving up.
And do you believe that you have succeeded with that purpose?
Yeah.
Allow all of those images to really fade away into the background. And I'd like to ask Ariana's higher consciousness to step forward so we can talk to it and ask it questions. May I speak to you and ask you some questions?
Yes.
Thank you. So I know that you could have brought forth many different lifetimes for us to review today, but you chose to bring forward the life of a doctor and then an attorney. Both started out from pretty simple beginnings. Can you tell us why you picked those two lifetimes?
In both of those lives, I made some sort of a difference.
Is that significant for Ariana to see today?
Yes.
Why?
Changes can be made. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way.
Do you mean that change can be small, it doesn't have to be big?
Yeah. Small changes sometimes can lead to big change and can help other people.
Could you help Ariana understand what purpose was set for this life experience for her?
Going through the traumas make somebody stronger. And when they live through that, they become the best advocate for other people.
Was the purpose of trauma for her own self-growth, or was it to give her the motivation, skills, and abilities to help others that might go through the same experience?
To be able to get the motivation and know how to speak up for other people.
So a very traumatic experience that she had for basically 6 years in her childhood. She agreed to go through it so that she could be of support to others.
Yes.
Okay. She is trying to figure out what direction to choose in her life, and she is interested in being of help to others. But she dropped out of a school program because she felt that the system of social work is broken and she didn't feel that she could make a difference there. So can you give her a higher perspective on that path or on her next steps?
Helping other people through natural medicine or herbal medicine.
Is that what you should do?
Yeah.
It seems then that the first life that you brought up would be most relevant.
Yeah.
Is there any particular area of healing that you should focus on?
Pain, depression, anxiety.
Was there a life experience in her background where she did work with natural healing methods?
No.
Does she need to get additional education for that?
Yes.
Would it be formal education, like in a college program?
No.
What type of education would be most appropriate for her?
Being able to sit and talk to a holistic doctor, maybe.
So I'm going to ask the higher consciousness to really step forward as you communicate through Ariana. She will hear only the things that you're communicating to her from the highest vibration. Everything else steps back and fades away into the background. So I want you again to communicate to her the most appropriate next step.
To become more educated on herbal practices.
And what is the best method of being educated?
A lot of research from books.
Is herbal medicine where she should focus all her energy in this life?
Yeah.
Was that the right decision to step out of social services?
Yes.
So you mentioned that the herbal or holistic care that she should provide to people should be related to depression, anxiety, and pain, which are all of the things that she has experienced in her life. So can you shed some light on those? Why has she been experiencing anxiety, depression? And then we'll get to pain later.
The current depression and anxiety are from overthinking the past too much.
Childhood trauma.
Yes.
Let's help her release that. Just give her an image of her heart center opening with that crystal floating right at the center. And I want her to imagine that all of the trauma that she has collected and held in her body, like a dark, heavy cloud, begins to float out through that heart center. Just spill out to be transmuted. And there's a beautiful healing light that comes in and replaces it, so that her body feels whole and healed and light again. Can you help her with that and let me know how that's going?
Yes.
Is it done?
Yes.
Thank you. So as that healing continues to integrate within her consciousness and within her body, is she then able to release the pain and stop overthinking about them?
Yes.
So was depression also related to the same experience, or is there a different cause?
The same.
What about the lower back pain? Is that at all connected to that, or is it a separate issue?
It's connected.
How is it connected?
It's not being stuck.
What does the pain represent for her?
Feeling stuck.
In those events of the past?
Yes.
Okay. So as she's releasing them and putting them into their proper place and their proper perspective, can that pain from the back be released?
Yes.
Can you check with her body and see if the muscles in the back are now relaxing, the spine adjusting itself, and the pain floats away?
Yes.
Is that done, or is it in progress?
In progress.
Okay, so continue working on that as long as it takes. So Ariana wants to know how to create a better connection with the higher self, with the higher guidance. Can you give her some guidance on that?
Keeping vibrational energy high, not staying in a state of fear or anger.
I wonder if you can bring forward some of her spirit guides and just let her experience them so that she can have a connection with them that she can remember and bring back with her. Is that possible?
Yes.
Tell me what she's experiencing now.
There's a lot of light energy. It's peaceful energy. It's a field that's generated. A white light of energy that brings calmness.
Now, is there a way that she can become more aware of her spirit guidance, of her higher guidance? And perhaps you can give her a sensation in her body that would alert her to that higher guidance. That when she has that sensation, she will know she's connecting.
There's ringing in the ears.
So when she has that, she will know she is receiving guidance.
Yes.
So she also wants to know how to meditate better. Could you give her suggestions on how she can improve that experience?
Deep breathing and grounding. Getting outside into nature.
Would you suggest that she meditates in nature, or just grounding in nature and then coming back?
Grounding.
Okay. So I'd like you to bring Ariana the experience that she had before she entered this life. There was a point at which she was choosing key people in her life, making soul agreements. And I want you to show her the agreements that she has made with her two daughters in terms of what they would give her and what she could give to them.
Their role is to teach unconditional love and patience, and to teach them strength.
In terms of those agreements, Can you help her understand how she can best support her children?
Not letting the past affect being a parent. Being patient and mindful that they're learning.
So before we wrap up, I'd like you to do a full body scan. Start at the top of her head and scan her whole body. And let me know if there is anything that is out of balance or needs attention.
Everything's relaxed, calm.
Review her lower back and see if there have been positive changes there.
There's no pain. It's relaxed.
So anything that needs attention?
No.
So before we let you go, I'd like you to give Ariana a message directly if you wish to communicate anything.
To not let life experiences hold you back, including thoughts.
Thank you. I'm asking the higher consciousness to recede to where it belongs with much love and thanks for the help and information that you have given Ariana today.